Mai haere mai te awa kairangi. Hello everyone and welcome to Te Awa Kairangi Park in northern Wellington. My name is Kelsey Bielik.
And I'm Beck Soper.
And what a matchup we have here. The second streamed game of the Women's Championship. Again, this is the New Zealand Ultimate Championships here 2024. Second streamed game, an exciting matchup between Furious Blueberries hailing from Auckland and Pick and Mix.
Pick and Mix, a really interesting team. New Zealand Ultimate decided that with the wildcard not taken up by Australia this year, they offered to a bunch of the regional players around New Zealand who, for whatever reason, may not have their own team to come to Div 1 to put their boots on, get their butts up to Wellington, and to play some quality Ultimate. So we have people from as far south as Dunedin and all the way up north to the Mount.
Cromwell and Dunedin. Yeah. Which one's further south on the map?
I don't know.
Yeah, that's covering the entire Motu, the whole country there. A lot of players I know hailing from Palmerston North as well, which has sent mixed teams. There's a few of them who've played in the Opens division in the past and here now having the opportunity to play women's as well.
Yep. People from Taranaki, New Plymouth, Rotorua. It's just everyone from everywhere.
So I think Pick and Mix are a really appropriate name for that. So meanwhile, Furious Blueberries, they did really well in the last Div 2 Ultimate Championships, placing second in what was a furious final. Furious Blueberries now bringing that skill.
Oh, Priscilla, you sending a laser.
Love the step out in the execution. So a bit on that throw, just a bit of a miscom within the end zone and receiving that.
Possibly the receiver not seeing the space that she was saying. It was good space just behind her player though.
So we're seeing a horizontal stack right now with Pick and Mix on offense.
Unlucky. A little bit of unfortunate execution. Oh, what a grab. That's nice.
Oh, I love this movement.
Flowing down to the far side of the field, and they look like they're coming straight back this way. I love watching them use the entire field. So,
yeah, nice movement between the handlers right now. Quick pop pass. They're finding
Jenny.
The open players.
And that's Lung.
Point. Yep.
Yep.
To start the game. Great point from Furious Blueberries in the end zone. Yeah. And love the high fives between two teams. So what did we see there? Back there was a turnover, a bit of a misfire.
I think execution-wise, she was looking for more of an inside option to really hit one of her players who'd made this beautiful diagonal cut from downfield, but unfortunately just didn't put enough edge on it. So it sat out a little bit too close to the defense, who just snaffled it. Good aggression from Berries. That's what you have to have when the disc is up. You have to know that disc is yours and you're going to go get it.
I love this point here as well, though. So Pippa Mawson, it looks like she was poaching off of her player, but really in that handler give-go that led to the point, it was hard to see where the defenders were. Yeah. Reminiscent of Jessie Schaffner's Callahan video when she's just all over the field there. It was hard to tell who was marking who. Both handlers largely really open. Great first step, moving into that space, the throw and go, the step off of the throw. Yep. And finding that.
Put Mason in a very difficult position, having to try and make a decision about who to mark and really getting caught between too many players, not enough extra defense with her. The pull is going to go up now. It's going upwind. If you're watching this, the wind is currently going from right to left on your field. You can see that by the way the disc really slows up before it hits the ground.
Yeah, some shifting conditions. Light wind, as Beck said, but otherwise, beautiful day. Sun's out. Great day to be playing Ultimate.
Sun's out, and honestly, not enough guns out. Where are the singlets?
Simmons with the disc. And it's a bobble. And she, as well as a few other players on this team, I know, Kat Adams, played in the final, lost unfortunately on Universe points, but now representing here at Div 1. So bringing their skills up to the next level as well.
That's a zippy forehand. Looking downfield and then engaging the handler. She's going to come up line. Beautiful cut. Shakes her defender, Petra Horvath.
Nice
forehand, just out the side.
And I love the closing speed. I mean, I think that was a great chase by Tierney. She, great, but it's hard to reel in a disc when it's going out of bounds.
You'd really have to have exceptionally long legs to be able to keep that one in.
Yeah, definitely. So we see pick and mix now coming up in a horizontal stack. And Simmons in the coffin
Simmons
corner
again.
for sideline. So really looking to break the mark to reset. A lot of pressure. Horvath coming down for the super dump.
Oh, yes.
Back into the end zone. Launches it
We
deep.
know she's got a cannon. Oh, and Gemma Grant reads it like an absolute gem. She's looking deep to Connolly. Oh, sends it across field.
Find.
Beautiful. Good pickup. That was coming in low. And the swing. Oh, out of hands by the looks of it from Connolly.
That was Nakazona with the great receipt looking for the continuation. Couldn't fire. We're seeing the response. Another deep look. The wind
Simmons
takes
putting
it.
pressure on it.
Oh, and despite the legs on Furious Blueberries, they can't get under that.
Simmons really taking space on field, making it difficult for that. Oh, she goes again. I liked that idea. I liked that movement. It's just that execution that's having a little bit of trouble in the wind.
A lot of quick turnovers right now. What I'm really excited to see in this match is Furious Blueberries bring in what they brought to the Div 2 finals last time I saw them play, which was so much speed and power. They made really safe decisions. A lot of these small throws, nice movement.
Oh, and here we go. We're going again with a similar option, and she reads it.
Great read. It's literacy at its finest.
She's got her library card.
Yeah, so we'll see that again in the replay. Hopefully, but the disc as it came up and it faded away, but really great recognition. Here we go as it's setting up. Nice movement. This is what I was talking about, those pop passes that Furious Blueberries show.
Gets her into power position.
Launching it.
Sends it.
But as the disc is fading, that can be a really difficult catch, but nonetheless great recognition from the defense. Sorry, offense.
When you know that your defending player isn't close enough really to make a good bid on it, you can make sure that you've got it securely and you don't have to take it at peak. You can take it at chest height, get it secure, both hands to it. And that's the safest thing to do with really high discs like that if you don't have too much defensive pressure.
And Blueberries has evolved so much as a club. They've got a really large club and a lot of tenure under the belt, a lot of experience. But really exciting to see the secondary team here, Furious Blueberries, really pushing up through the ranks and the development that's happening in the Auckland's ultimate scene to develop and bring up this talent where they're showing, the two club teams sent to the D1 championships is really a testament to the work they're putting in.
Yep. And along with Misfits making up the other Auckland team who's here this weekend. And I mean, even at Div 2 recently, Zodiac, who typically are a D1 team this year, a bit more development focused, so went to Div 2 and came away with the gold. So you can see Auckland, really strong region for women's, really, really strong. Lots of different clubs and lots of diversity in players.
Siohani Royal, she's one of my favorite players. She's really dynamic, but that is too high.
A little bit too much sauce.
Interesting to see there the zone. I think that was a zone that Berries were setting. Yeah.
Smart move, honestly. Like with a little bit of an upwind happening and some inexperience, I would also be throwing a zone.
Great read.
Straight to the middle. Oh, what a grab!
And Lee finds Brittany Koch.
Oh, just a little execution error beyond the reach of her downfield receiver. I think that's something that we've seen a lot on this field so far is honestly a lot of the handlers struggling to make a connection with those downfielders. Not so for Siohani Royal. No. Out of the hands of Escalin. Quite a fresh player. She's just out of, she's just at university at the moment. This might be her first Div 1.
Yeah, and when mistakes are happening like that, that's how you want to see the mistakes happen. You want to see a safe throw, to an open player, a really good decision that results in a turnover because next time those aren't going to be the turnovers. A massive swing, a beautiful
surely,
throw.
Open side, beautiful.
Oh, you'd love to see it back. What a point to Berries.
So far, they're loving that corner. I mean, to be fair, it's quite early in on the game, so I shouldn't be 2 points in, 2 points in the corner. We'll see some more there, I'm sure, just because the way the wind's blowing.
Yeah.
It does make it a safe a fairly safe area. If you've swung the disc across, there should be space there to send it to.
And we've mentioned this before, but with those swinging to the break side, it makes it really difficult to defend downfield. It puts you out of position once the disc is on the break side. Of course, downfield, you're covering the open side. So all of a sudden, when everything is pushed over into that space, it's really difficult to adjust on defense. Case in point with Pick and Mix here, we can see them trailing behind their players because they're actually on the right side. They're in the space, and it's just, really challenging to defend the options like that. So really props to Berries for finding them and executing and making those options.
I spoke to some of the Pick and Mix players earlier before this game, and they said that one of the things that they are looking for to try and implement this game on defense might be a zone. And for some of them, it will be the first time they've ever played a zone. So you can see that they've got quite a range of different players on the team.
Nice movement.
Grant's looking, just out of the hands of 62.
I think that's Xiao.
Yeah.
The call is home, indicating that the force will be forcing towards the camera, towards your screen. Big fakes.
Oh, it's big. Grant's going to get under it. Oh, and she grabs it, number 16.
How she took to the skies with double coverage, really a testament to great reading, great positioning.
It looked like a good read from all of them.
Yeah.
And she wants it. Again, that's a bit floaty.
And Xiao cleaning up.
Xiao says no, and she says, I'll take it from the back of the end zone. Thank you. Just a little bit too much sauce on it for number 52.
So we see in polls when people throw the disc to start the points into the end zone, you have to take it where it sits. However, a big upfield throw by Gibson, easy catch. But when there's a turnover, you can walk it up to the front of the end zone. So yeah, bold move, taking it back there.
Zhang looking downfield. Oh,
nice.
Almost sends it a little bit wayward. Lee reels it in though.
Oh, can she get there? One thing that I really like, though, with Furious Blueberries is these connections
Mason's
they make.
going deep, but no one's running to pick up the disc, so she resets up for an undercut.
Adams also looking deep. Nice to see these options and the diversity of throws that are available, but I really like the way Furious Blueberries were playing, cleaning everything up.
A handy.
Yeah.
Horvath looking. We know she's... Wait, that's not Horvath.
Adams with the disc. Fakes over the top, swings to the sideline. Xiao with the disc.
Looking downfield. We've got middle. Oh! Mason tries to get amongst, but not enough.
I think Xiao she leaned back a little bit with the throw. The disc found its way up and maybe floated a little more than she would have liked.
Just a bit of wind under the lip, unfortunately. Forder, though, fords it well.
Lee launches it
Connolly
deep.
wants it. Puts enough pressure that she makes her offense go up early.
Sails over everyone. This gives Pick and Mix another chance. They really need to, I think, tighten up the connections a little bit more. They've been getting unlucky with misfires, miscommunications, and that's not surprising for a team that's Pick and Mix. They're just put together since they've been taken out of the supermarket and put in the same bag. But great work with Simmons. They're cleaning that up. Adams with a disc, swinging to Xiao, launching it, and it.
Oh, Mason! Look at that! What a layup!
Oh my goodness!
She's insane!
Holy guacamole!
That is Captain Pippa Mason. Gets on the ground for her team.
Get me some water. I need to hydrate.
We need to cool off after that one. Oh my lord. My favorite ginger on field.
Looking for the open side. Adams with the disc. Pop passes it to Xiao, who then launches it deep, and it's coming out so low there. But not an issue.
I don't think Mason was the intended receiver for that one, but it doesn't matter. Cleans it up.
Yeah, just a testament also to the importance of backing up your teammates, you know? Being in that position.
Huge. Pippa Mason also captained at Div 2 just this past weekend for Babe Ladies, a development team from Wellington. Had a great time. Vibes were immaculate, and apparently the vibes are also immaculate on this Pick and Mix team.
Yeah, so it seems. Those types of catches, those moments, they're the gold nuggets you keep in your back pocket. Hey, on a rainy day, you're like, I'm capable of putting on the cape. And yeah. Great
job. Pull out the highlight reel.
Pippa Mason, for definitely landing a spot on the highlight reel there.
Surely.
Xiao, no doubt, recognizing that and just looking to set her teammate up for it.
That's Connolly with the pull. Oh, that's a really nice pull. Look at the loft on that. That's sitting for ages.
An
and into the end
incredible
zone.
pull. Yeah.
There's not many women who regularly pull into the end zone, but whew, that was spicy. Oh,
And great job to the team for getting down there as well. So we're seeing pick and mix, as Beck was saying before, they're setting a zone just like they discussed they wanted to. So putting this into practice for the first time, again, they're marking space instead of the specific players.
Leung looking like a real pivotal handler in this space.
So much space to run onto there.
We see Lim with her hands up. She wants it. She's pretty far away, but she's in space. I can see why she's got her hands up to try and make some noise.
A nice movement there. She was looking to center in the middle of the field, but yeah, disc makes its way to the ground.
All right, and we can see Berries coming out with their own zone. Connolly.
Disc goes up, nice space on the sideline. Good find. Assessing options. Nice reset to the middle. A really saggy zone here. So we're seeing the mark and the cup as well. Really far behind. He goes for the look and misses.
Oh, high release forehand. Keeps it in. We love it. That would have been tough. Connolly again.
Nice
Looking
movement.
over to number 16.
Right now, a lot of patience, I think, from pick and mix as they're looking for the open options. Swinging it, and again, Furious Blueberries are giving them.
Oh, she almost let that one go.
There's a lot of run throughs
that's
they're
tag?
going for.
Oh, she's looking deep.
Nice safe option for the swing,
Connolly again.
and the disc goes up.
Is that Tonki? Oh!
What
Piece.
a D!
Number 58, Holder, got a piece of that.
Yeah.
Stopped Tonki from being able to just. The read looked good, but not quite good enough.
One more time, the disc goes up, and she's in, and that's exactly what you do as the deep. You know, you're covering that space, and you're there. You know, in case it does get up, it can be difficult when you're running a zone for handlers to have that vision or to execution to be able to put things past all those players. But as a deep, you're there to clean up, and she's showing that she has the rag and the spray bottle. She's ready to clean up the inside.
That was so nice, but Lim just can't reel it in. It's too far.
Love the closing speed on that, though.
That was sitting. Sitting, but not sitting enough.
Yeah, an inside-out forehand goes too far to the break side. Hey.
Connolly again. Oh, looking deep. Oh, nice grab. Candy sends it. Oh, it is. What a hospital pass into the middle. Faith Scarlin absolutely cleans up.
Yeah,
just
I love
in the middle
that.
of the pack.
Great positioning. It can be a bit of a scary place to be. Beck, I think you've called this a hospital pass in the past. So that just means when the disc goes up. So here we're seeing the option open up. A great cleanup. And the decision being made, but so many people flooding under the disc. And when there's so many bodies, props to the players on the field for keeping it clean. Perfect positioning. Honestly, the disc just dropped down into her hands. Yeah.
Scarlin is a lefty, actually, so if you do see her handling at any point, it might look, there might be something tugging at your mind. Something's a little bit off compared to watching other handlers, and that's usually why. Lefties, unique breed. We love watching the lefties out there. They always confuse me when I'm out on defense. It's just like, something's wrong. And I don't know what it is.
Just a bit different, yeah. And it can be a huge asset for a team as well, just to have diversity of throwers and ways to break the mark. People who have the privilege of being left-handed oftentimes, have people setting up on them as a mark, just not expecting what's going to come out, or the danger, of like a flick versus a backhand. It can be really, to the benefit of a team to have that diversity of throwers, much like other sports, cricket. Yeah.
You looking? Leon going down the line. Oh,
Nice
snags it with
ball
one
pass.
hand, looking deep. Sends it, but Jimmy Grant's going to say absolutely not.
It needs a bit more, power on it. So
That's
pick and mix
Tonki.
off to the races.
Oh, Tonki sends it.
Great find to Adams, who's showing us this
Oh, that was a bit spicy.
great pop pass, looking to set up that deep look that Xiao put up before. The disc goes
this
up.
is going to float. Oh,
Finding
she's
Louis.
closing.
Great read.
Pick and mix, trying to find their marks, trying to get set back up. There is someone completely free in the end zone.
Oh, nice
She's
movement.
right there.
Leon.
There we go.
Yeah. Oh, nice points. And this is exactly what they did before. I think Pick and Mix could recognize that the way they swung the disc on the opposite end of the field, just swinging it around to the break side and into the end zone. They've done that again here, swinging to the break side and then straight into the end zone. It's something, that I think Pick and Mix could recognize how they're really utilizing that break space with the arounds and then continuing the flow downfield. It's textbook. It's a beautiful offense to see. Something, they could note to stop those around throws. Really, really with a hard no around if they keep putting them up. See how it scoops around back and then up into the end zone on the break side. Yeah, they've drilled that. Well, the sun's out. We're stoked to be here. And the game is heating up as well, as we've got Furious Blueberries now with 4 points on the board and Pick and Mix with 2. So now of note, this is a game to 15 points. That means half will be at 8. Right now, both teams racing to half. Who can get to 8 first? To close that out.
It's Claire Gibson with the pull. Current manager for the New Zealand Fight City team, showing that as much as she has field prowess, she also has admin prowess. No one also for organising the most disorganised mixed team in the world, MDC. You can't really fault it. Horvath sending an absolute stunner. Oh, just sailing over the head of Pack.
Now, interestingly, when you do launch those deep looks, Horvath, she's got so many options, especially with those deep looks, but it's really difficult to read the disc when it's coming over your head. We talk about thirds, splitting the ultimate Frisbee field into thirds and how you release. So when you're in 1/3 of the field as the handler, you want to be throwing to another third for the receiver.
Beautiful inside from Gibson. Oh, and a big set. It's going to be so fast.
Get there.
It's going to be so fast. Zhang, surely. She's fast, but that was a bit too much zip. Too much zip for anyone. Horvath looking to pick up. She's gesturing to a team she wants close. I think they're going to go with a horizontal again, maybe.
I am a big fan of the horizontal stack and the way in which it creates the movement. Interestingly, they have 2 handlers back right now. Normally we see,
Simmons,
3.
Simmons hiding behind some of the crowd. To Candy, looking downfield.
A few options opening up. Nice swing.
Middle field. Oh, she wanted to dead backhand that one. I saw that. It's tempting. So moving back to Horvath.
Scott's really kind of they're a bit stagnant and opening up downfield.
I think Berries are having a little bit of a sag in the lane sometimes on that second handler. It's making it tough for them to connect.
Yeah, which is also potentially why we're seeing more handler swings if there's a saggy reset.
Oh, that was into traffic, but she grabs it. And to Pack, looking downfield.
As she's looking for the reset, a nice save option.
Engages Horvath, but just possibly needed to complete her pivot before throwing.
Yeah, Horvath reaches, but gives Furious Blueberries another opportunity on offense.
It's tough to keep those discs. Oh, Gibson. Oh,
Lee picking up.
Just a little bit more love on that one would have just helped it sit, because the wind's actually changing quite a bit. At the moment, it's sort of morphing into a bit of a crosswind. Straight to Pack. Nice. It is going from the front edge of your screen away to the top edge of your screen. A little bit on and off though. So it's as this field often is and is kind of renowned to be for people who play here, have played here at a lot of nationals. It is inconsistent. It's
Classic gusty Wellington conditions. So, a few turnovers here.
Yeah.
I think, definitely increased. We're seeing, some misfires, some miscomms throwing into space. But that said, I think that we've seen a lot of pressure on defense from both teams, especially Furious Blueberries right now. Really challenging a lot of the options, leading to increasing frequency of misfires on offense from Pick and Mix. Can they maintain possession, though? There's that...
Van Dorp getting low to pick that one up.
Saggy defense.
Surely, who's going?
I want it.
Horvath just dying for someone to go deep. I would be too. Pack gets a nice under though. That's a good gainer.
A break throw to the open side. Really interesting to see that forehand around kind of. Yeah.
She does have a lot of height on Gibson. So, I mean, you can go over the top, but just a little bit more execution on that one would have done it.
Love to see Gibson in the handling space like that. She's got such crisp throws. So much experience she's bringing. Centered back to Gibson, and she fires to the open side. It floats. And
I think there was a miscomm. I think the receiver she was aiming for maybe thought she was trying to hit someone else. Eliza!
Yeah.
Number 21 with the D there, Lee.
Ankle biter of the throw. So now with the D, Lee goes to pick up. And we're seeing a vertical stack. It's a little bit congested downfield, but Barry's in the vertical stack looking for the deep connection and can't convert. Yeah, so high frequency of turnovers this point. Interesting. We're seeing those rack up, indicating, I mean, potentially a little bit of fatigue sneaking in midday. Maybe players are feeling a bit hungry.
It is getting hot out here. Mason takes that disc high. We love it. Looking for her handler. She's got Gray.
Engaging
and Simmons.
Nice swing to Simmons. Simmons moving
Hex
her.
Free up on the high side.
Marker
Horvath
and finds
takes it.
Horvath under.
Oh, Pip is going deep, but
And we're
Mark's
seeing
a little bit too much pressure.
Gibson.
Gibson!
Just as Beck identified earlier, that saggy reset, and Claire Gibson recognizing exactly where it was going to go. Getting that D
She's
for
a smart
Blueberries.
player. She's been playing. She's wily like a fox, and she wants that. Oh my goodness! They're gonna make it work for bookends if she wants it. Horvath says
Horvath
no.
takes to the skies. Yeah,
Ooh.
not today.
Ooh, I mean, they could have made that a little bit easier for Gibson. She had a really nice cut to that front cone. Horvath pointing where she wants it.
Goes, crossfield. I love the way that's opening up space. It's looking to the break side, which should mean an easier catch, but it's tough when no one's really in the right space to receive it. It's more to space.
Van Dorp just kind of on the back foot. She wasn't quite ready. Oh, timeout call.
Yes, I was
fantastic.
just mentioning we've seen a lot of turnovers. I think that makes sense. Lee's making a really great call, just saying, hey, we're in possession. Let's maintain that and make it into a point instead of turning it over again.
It'll also give them a good opportunity to practice some set plays, which I think all teams should try and get as many of those under the belt as they can before they move deeper into the tournament, because it means that in those real crunch situations, if this happened in finals, for example, they'd be ready for it, they'd be composed. It wouldn't be that typical cliche of someone calls a timeout and then immediately throws a turnover, which is sometimes a little bit too common.
Or potentially just showing really strong defense. And that's something that Pick and Mix is discussing right now. And there's a lot that you could do right now on defense as well. I'm a big fan of switching the mark. So if Blueberries are calling a set play, it can be more challenging to run through that if the mark and the force is switched. Or even at this point, potentially not the best option, but they could throw a zone as well.
It's tough to do. It's tough to do a zone this close to the end zone.
Yeah.
Difficult, but again, it really depends on what kind of players you have out there. If you have players who spatially, they're very aware, they're very good at snapshotting into space and seeing what plays are likely to develop and anticipate those and get there before they happen, that's a great idea. Pick and mix, very hard for them to do, given that they're a real mix of players. And it just means that they're not used to each other's party tricks. They don't know, for example, I can let that person go, my person who I'm marking, I can let them go because I know that the other side of the stack is being covered by my teammate who I played with for 4 or 5 years, which conversely, throwing it over to Berries, they do have players on that team who have been playing together for ages.
Drilling as a club. Yeah, you call it spatial awareness back. I like to call it telepathy. yeah, when you have played like that. But right now we're seeing 4 handlers back for Furies. Blueberries, it looks like they have set up
ISO?
a Pearl. An isolation play. So there's one cutter in the downfield. We see Gun.
Yeah, marked by Simmons.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting. I love it.
Simmons interestingly setting up on the break side, it looks like.
I think Horvath is recognizing what's maybe gonna happen. She's setting up quite far away from her offense player because she wants to get involved.
Really smart poaching right now. Poaching, standing off of the offensive players, taking up space. Nice movement nonetheless by Berries and a point.
Excellent. That's clean execution after a timeout, and that's what we love to see at Div 1.
Exactly. Yeah. The reason they called it and they converted it. That's as Beck just said. The worst thing that can happen is you're on offense and then you discuss what you're going to do and you just turn it. So really great to see they discussed what they were going to do. They went into it with intention. And despite, I think, again, the really intelligent poaching, Horvath taking up that space, there was a bit of poaching on the handler marks, just taking up space, making things congested and difficult. Blueberries cuts through it and, puts another great point on the board.
They found the space that was free and they used it. And often that's what I'll tell players on teams that I play with or that I coach is you take what you get given, right? If they take away something, they're giving you something else. So if they take away that space on this side of the field, like Horvath was trying to do, she was really trying to gum up that middle. There's space near the edges, there's space near the corners, and that's exactly what Berries did.
Yeah, capitalizing on that. Anytime a player is poached, there's going to be more space elsewhere on the field. And it can be a really intelligent recognition on offense, taking away the key options, just making those other ones more difficult to make or execute. But yeah, easy when you're a team like Blueberries and you have the execution and the recognition, the heads-up awareness to move it there.
It's going to hit basically on the brick mark. There was a lot of float to that. We like to see it. Connolly looking for Grant, looking downfield. Tonki looking further. Oh, you've got someone streaking deep.
A lot of movement. I think the stack is quite far back.
Grant again. Oh,
Incredible
she's looking.
Strike cut.
Escalin was looking as well in the deep. She's making an undercut. She really needs to push through decisively if that's what she wants.
Oh,
Connolly trying to bail out Grant, but just not enough.
I love that handler movement. The clearing out on the far side, coming under, but yeah, it's a turnover. Xiao on the mark.
I'd say ooh, good scope. Oh, just beyond the hands. I would say for pick and mix, their downfield really needs to be more decisive about what they want. They can't jog with berries on their tails.
Connolly with the disc, launching it downfield, looking for Tonki.
Oh, she's fast.
Oh. But Blueberries is furious. Chasing it down, and great coverage.
Is that you running to get the disc, I believe? Yep. She doesn't want to muck around. She wants to get this show on the road.
Trudeau coming under. Interesting to see there's some bracketing, and the stack bracketing indicating someone's covering the undercut, someone's covering the deep cuts.
Nice D.
What a D. There's a few different ways to play defense, when you're playing match. One's shutting it down, and another one is like making it seem that the option is open and then taking it away at the last minute. Great recognition there. Pick and mix.
And that's Nakazono looking downfield. Oh, here we go. Beautiful.
Xiao with the disc. And we're hearing a shifting mark saying home, home away, and it goes wide.
Miscomm there. Just a miscomm. And I mean, that's something that you'll get in a team that hasn't played together before. And I think that's something that really stress to all of you at home, that this team is made up of almost no one who's played together before. And it's super impressive that they're coming to Div 1 and they're putting their best foot forward.
Oh.
Against a club team like Berries, who have been playing, who have coaches, who have... they've been doing this all season. You said the big one, but is it coming in?
Can it come back? Can it come back? Not enough sauce on it.
Not coming back. Tonki's smart enough to not touch it once she recognized it wasn't coming in, because as defense, you were always considered in the field. So if she had touched it down there, the disc would be coming in on the cone. However, because she didn't touch it, the disc will be coming in where it went out. And I think we can see one of the pick and mix players signaling that on the sideline, so they will get some extra meters out of that.
I do love the execution that Yo put behind that, though. You could see the way she engaged her core and her hips. I was such a fan of that throw. Now, a quick heads up for another women's game. We've got Misfits from Auckland versus Nexus from Wellington. Two powerhouse teams at the moment. Nexus is up. The score is 4-2. Back to the game on the field. The disc goes high.
Oh, that's a lot of juice.
Oh, and Grant up, and that's why you back up your teammates. It looks like there's a pick called on the field.
There's a pick called very, very far away from the play. I mean, she's called it and now she's retracted it. Probably some discussion should have happened about whether it affected anything, but I think the players on this side sort of decided to move quickly.
Yeah, they're on the same page. That's the most important part, that both teams are on the same page. Nice give-and-go movement from Blueberries.
Oh.
Cuts coming out of set, maybe a little bit of double cutting.
That's a bit of contact. No call made. Oh, two Berries players almost doing the same thing.
Saying, it's important to back each other up as teammates, but it's also important to communicate about who's doing the catching.
You don't have to back each other quite hip to hip. Grant under the field. Oh!
The disc goes high. We're seeing a lot of these high throws come out with the nose tilted up in the release. That's leading to, a lot of bodies underneath it.
Connolly puts a laser.
I love that.
Is Grant getting to it?
Get there? And you saw her turning. I think she wasn't quite sure which way the disc was going to be coming, and that moment of hesitation just led to, she could have been making steps to cover that ground. Yeah, sad to see that result in a turnover, a fire throw. Louis swinging to the open.
Late decision to throw it. Should have gone earlier. She was so free. Connolly picking up Tonki streaking deep, I'd be looking at it, but Connolly looking for something else. Oh, sends it over anyway to Tonki, just not where we expected.
What a throw. It's so hard to defend those. A disc that's fading onto the break side. Great cleanup. Open side throw, and it goes too far. It's an ankle biter.
Tonki, just hands on the ground, a little bit upset at herself. She knows the execution on that one wasn't what she wanted.
A situation where I think they could have potentially converted into an end zone. Like a drilled end zone, but as Beck's been saying, it's tough when you're just picking up as a team and you don't have these set plays maybe set yet. Nice find in the middle of the field. Tierney.
Lim. Oh, sends that,
What
yes.
a look. I'm such a fan of this.
Oh, that's really pretty.
Such a fan.
Oh, gorgeous.
What a good point. That's Chung with the point. I think Holder with the assist.
Well, maybe we'll see a replay. It was a beautiful put. Just so smooth. You can see when players do get into that power position, all their momentum's going in the right direction, and it just makes it much easier to get the right sort of flow with your body to throw a big throw.
Yeah. Great execution, and I'm such a fan. Here, one more time, the disc is fading. She reads it. She just stays under it, and a safe catch. And I love right now seeing with Furious Blueberries, there's so many players that are putting their hucks on display. You know, it's not just one or two players who are the bomb throwers on the team. There's depth. You know, there's a range of ability.
It is the bomb squad.
You could call it that. The Furious Blue Bomb Squad.
Well, one thing Berries did tell me before the game is that maybe we could call them forgetful berries. Apparently, a few of them had a bit of mishaps with bringing perhaps their handcrafted spirit prizes that they'd been working really hard on for the weekend. So mild heartbreak there, and I believe someone also forgot their light shirt this morning, had to make the trek back to the accommodation.
Forgetful Berries,
only off field.
Yeah,
on field they're looking great.
They're doing such a great job backing each other up, making options for their teammates in the end zone. So yeah, clearly what's not working for them off field is working for them on field. Yeah, doing really well. So they're on defense now.
Nice pull.
Launching it downfield, and Pick and Mix is on offense.
Greater Simmons looking downfield, and again
setting up in what looks like a horizontal
Mason's
sack.
Could have been earlier. High release forehand though. Siahani Royal.
Under fire.
Just
took out of the oven a little bit too early.
Yeah. Van Dorp tried to clean it, just not enough. Oh, Mason calling a pick. Yeah.
So a pick indicating that, of course, in Ultimate Frisbee, it's a non-contact sport. Mason arguing that she would have had to initiate contact, or maybe did, I'm not sure there, in order to effectively play defense and mark her player. So, again, if she did need to initiate contact or would have had to, Frisbee is a non-contact sport, you can't be taking that lane as an offensive player. So she's calling that out. The disc will go back to the throw, and they'll just set up where they were before. And you can also, if you are in a situation where a pick could happen or there could be contact initiated, it actually does offer everyone else in the field an opportunity to recognize that and move into a safer space as well.
And here we have play restarting. Mason. Oh.
Yeah, a lot of pressure on this throw.
There's a pick happened again, and she can retract. Yeah, I think she agreed that it didn't affect play. The player who accidentally caused the pick. I think it's just the front of stack. They are reasonably close to the handlers, and it just means that if you are cutting out of the handler space, as Lee was, you just have to be aware of them and sort of not go too close if you can avoid it.
I love this movement off the bat. Siohani Royal swinging to Horvath. Now Simmons with the disc.
Gray.
Love these options.
Oh, Pack takes a contesting disc. We love it. She's looking a bit sore, but no call. Siohani Royal. Simmons bails her out.
Yeah, looks like the
stall count must have been getting high.
Nice cuts right now. Pack looking from the end zone.
Oh, and she takes it.
Off her fingertips, keeps it in her hands.
Who sent that? Was that Van Dorp?
Well-earned point. And I loved that flowy point from Pick and Mix. There was some really nice movement between the players. You know, some hot defense. I loved that Furious Blueberries was putting on the pressure. But one more time, we'll see that Simmons with the bailout, and then hear that hotly contested throw.
Sends it to Van Dorp. looking deep, sees Pack and is just like, yes.
Great send.
You can't say no to tall timber in the end zone. Well, at least if you're a bit trigger happy like I am when I am on field. You see someone tall streaking deep and you're like, how do I say no to that?
But of course, on the live stream here, Beck Soper, maybe she's calling herself trigger happy, but such a weapon all around. And her trigger happiness so often leading to points. But yeah, now offering the insight to everyone, recognizing it, maybe with people who play similarly to her as well on the field. In releasing some beautifully executed throws. So now we've got Pick and Mix out on defense. We'll see. They ran a zone before. They were keeping things spicy, switching it up. We'll see if they opt for that again or if they opt for the match defense. That's also been working well. I'd like to see them maintain the pressure either way. Meanwhile, Furious Blueberries, excited to see some of the beautiful flow that we've seen from them. Connecting on the deep throws. Again, there's so much depth on this team of players that are able to launch it into the deep space. So just the diversity that they're able to put on offense. Connolly with the pull, the disc goes up.
Nice. What I'm hoping to see is that Berry's breakthroughs, that they've got a lot of connect with their downfielders.
Yes.
A little bit of edge up on that, makes it sit. And they have this.
Nice inside.
Pick and Mix throwing a zone. Foul called immediately, not contested by number 52.
I love Adams and the spirit right there. She recognized it and calls it, yeah. Good display of spirit in the field.
Moves back to Lee.
Lee assessing options. Nice
Porter.
safe swing.
Looking downfield, doesn't like what she sees. Sends it back to Lee, who does like what she sees.
Find. Oh my goodness! I asked for it and they delivered.
Breaks for days. That was a clean.
Yeah, clean hold, but just
Beautiful.
that nice flowy movement, those safe passes, the execution showing the depth on the team. You know, there's not any. I say that there's not anyone standing up and picking the team up and putting it on their back and demanding the disc or really just carrying things and who we're seeing stepping up. I love that there's so much trust. I say this because I love there's so much trust. This is a little punnet of Blueberries, a big punnet of Blueberries really, but they're all supporting each other and working so well together to bring these points and make it happen in such a beautiful way. I'm such a big fan of that.
It is. It's nice to see it when it gets executed well. And I think that's something that Berries will be looking to just ramp up the consistency for as this game progresses, because they know this is what, their second or third game in the tournament, depending on how their pools, whether they had a bye or not so far yet. And they know that this is the kind of consistency that they need to be able to hit when they do get into the business end of the tournament, into power pools, to really make an impact where they want to.
Starting to pull away a little bit more now, though. So if Furious Blueberries can convert this defensive hold into an offense, they could walk away with half right now. This is an opportunity for them and one they're no doubt very likely to capitalize on, looking to capitalize on. But we have Pick and Mix now on offense. Moving the disc high release, and that's exactly what they're looking for.
Like a dead backhand's not what you should pack when you're going to Div 1. You shouldn't pack that in the bag.
It's a cheeky thing to pull out of your pocket.
It's very cheeky, and just and there we go. That's half.
And the energy, they just stepped up, made that happen. Yeah.
Huge. I know that when an open option appears, and it's so tempting to throw that right away, but you don't necessarily have the right grip on the disc, and you need to switch from backhand to forehand. Make the switch, make it. It's so hard, especially if you're not used to throwing it. Like, there is a bit of Wellington wind happening, but that really high inside out, just giving a massive opportunity to Berries, who took it aggressively as they should on defense. You're giving your receiver a hard time.
You are. So Honey Royal, such an appealing receiver to throw to, but yeah, making it difficult for her. We'll leave you guys here. That was first half. Again, ultimately, we're going to be playing a game to 15 in this ultimate Frisbee game. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back soon. Until then, my name is Kelsey Bielik.
And I'm Beck Soper. Mate wa. Kia ora koutou, haere mai. Welcome back to the ULTI.TV stream of the New Zealand 2024 Ultimate Championships. We are right in the middle of a game versus Furious Blueberries from Auckland against Pick and Mix, a regional pickup team here to make a mark, despite basically none of them ever having played together before. I'm here in the booth, Beck Soper, with my lovely co-host,
Kelsey Bielik. Hello. Kia ora. Lovely to be with you here with you guys, and wow, what a first half. So as Beck was just saying, we've got Furious Blueberries hailing from Auckland versus Pick and Mix. They're the pick and mix of a team. You know, you go to the supermarket and you have the whole lolly selection, and we have a little bit of everything representing the whole country. And it's been a really exciting matchup between both teams. Obviously, we can see with the score here, Furious Blueberries with 8 points, Pick and Mix with 3, and they have a little bit of a gap to close, a substantial gap to close. If they want to close out this game, we're playing to 15 points. What do conditions look like right now?
It's beautiful and sunny out here in Upper Hutt. There is a little bit of wind lurking around. It is a little bit on and off, so there's some unpredictable breezes coming. So if you're not used to just making sure that the edges on your disc are nice and sharp, you might accidentally catch some extra wind under them, which we have seen happen a couple of times so far in this game. Just those small execution errors creeping in from both teams. So there are plenty of turnovers to be had. There are openings and opportunities for Pick and Mix to get back into this, but they just have to prove that they can play some nice clean ultimate to be able to capitalize on those opportunities.
No doubt. One thing I've been really excited seeing from Furious Blueberries, not just their quick connections and their execution, especially with their deep looks across the whole team in the depth, but also with a lot of pressure on defense. Meanwhile, Pick and Mix out here, similarly, we've seen a range of throws across the team. I really like when they do have their flow dialed. It's really pretty to watch. One thing I think that they've done a really good job of shutting down in the second half is Furious Blueberries. We saw consistently with the handlers swinging to the break side, especially close to the end zone. We saw boom, swing, and then point on the break side, swing, point. It's clinical ultimate Frisbee. And Pick and Mix, I think, has done a really good job of shutting that down. We've seen fewer points scored that way, instead looking into the deep space. And Pick and Mix coming out, you know, throwing a little bit of zone in their own right to try to shut that down. So, yeah, we'll see what the second half has in store.
I would love to see Pick and Mix keep trying some of those long shots. The conditions are great for it. They've got legs for it. They just need to start practicing it in games like this where they've got the space to really try and connect it and see if it's going to work for them further into the tournament. And if you don't have a long game as well as a short game, it makes it so difficult to play offense, because as soon as the defense picks up that really you're only playing short game, they're only going to play defense short. And it just makes life pretty difficult. So
it can do. Just a quick nod to the cars driving in. You know, it is the first day of a 3-day tournament, but fans are starting to show up end of the day on Friday to support the teams. The disc is up, and Furious Blueberries ripping it downfield to
Big
start
sand.
the second half.
Horvath to pick up. Looking middle to Connolly.
And classic horizontal stack, and just how we've been seeing Pick and Mix set up previously.
Oh, please!
Adams, oh.
She was looking.
And she's such a strong
Decides
receiver.
to be a little bit more conservative.
Oh, nice catch by Connolly. Xiao.
She's so free. She's
so
been asking
much.
for it for the last 2 points. Just out of the hands of Simmons.
We have Furious Blueberries with another chance to lead. She's been such a rock in the handler space, commanding and really supporting, quarterbacking the Blueberries in that back line. Yeah,
lots of momentum. Sends it. Oh, that's nice.
That's
Is it coming back in?
exactly it.
Oh, just not.
Plagued
Just
by the
not.
fade. Fade out of bounds.
Connolly hot on her tail, though.
And I think that would have been difficult to even throw at greatest.
Yeah,
it was far out of bounds.
Your hops would have to be out of this world. Sending it downfield. Nice. Great one-handed take. Looking downfield.
Adams opting for the safe swing.
Just out of the hands. Just out of the hands of Xiao again. It looks like Berries are going to have a good chance to practice an end zone ISO if they want to do it.
Tong.
They're looking for it. Horvath says
open.
Absolutely not. I've seen this play too many times.
Strike cut from Lee. Looking strike again, and that's
what a one-handed grab!
The dad backhand coming out in handy now.
Look, I'll keep bagging it. Stop throwing dad backhands out there. Stop it.
Maybe not done with class, but it works either way.
Look, I guess if the option's there and you can't switch your grip fast enough, you've got to send what you can send. But honestly, I'd much rather throw a push pass than a dead backhand. Come on.
Yes, I am a fan of the push passes or the lefty backhand. Anyway, regardless, Blueberries with another point on the board, coming out firing in the second half.
As much as I try to, you can't argue with the results. They got the job done.
they did. We have now pick and mix with another opportunity on offense. Will we see another insane bid by Pippa Masson? Can we talk about that in the first half again?
Absolutely insane. Owakura MVP actually recently this year missed out on MVP at Div 2 by just a few points as well. Like she's a ripper of a player. She's aggressive. Like she'll go for any disc. She's fun to watch. She's also what I would describe as more of a midfielder than a downfielder because she can get the disc, she can handle, and she can send long ones when she wants to. I'm not sure if she's taking that role so much on this team at the moment, but she's got it in her arsenal.
Great leadership, I think, representing. She understands where those gaps are potentially on this team and is showing flexibility and support to fill in those gaps where needed, as well as depth. So we've got the camera now on Furious Blueberries, considering what they might be throwing on offense. Fans there on the sideline. Also, again, sunny day, so we're covering up here. You know, we might even be standing in the shade, but with their hats and sunnies on. And a strong line. We'll see if they come out with a zone that we've seen in the past, ripping it downfield. There's a bit of edge on it, but again, no wind at the moment. It's gusting it from time to time, but yeah.
Grant picking up, looking middle, looking at Candy.
Great coverage. And
hits Mason. Looking at Tonki, doesn't want it.
Yeah, she's assessing options there.
I'd really like to see, that's Pack, I'd really like to see Pack and Max's downfield just be a little bit more aggressive and a little bit more decisive about where they want, like Tonki's cut right there, but unfortunately the throw execution not quite on. Oh, she's looking deep. I would have looked deep too.
Nice
there we go.
Open options.
Looking to swing to Gibson. Zippy swing.
Gibson finding that open side cut.
Flowing across.
Lee.
Oh, almost sent that one. You could tell she thought about
Lee
it.
fires.
And she sends the inside instead. Who needs the open side where you get a little inside shot on that?
Yeah,
right behind Pack's back, I think. We'll see the replay.
You know, if you have that throw also, then why, like, if there's open players on the break side, then why make it harder for your cutters when you can just give it to them on the break side? They can just step open. They don't need to grind and cut through an open side cut. Great take by Lee as she fakes the open side. We were fake too with the camera, and then adds
to the same receiver who cut fully open side. Defense had it covered, but there was an inside lane. Just snuck it behind the defense, straight into her waiting hands. Made that look really smooth.
Yeah, definitely a smooth point from Blueberries. Blueberries and cream.
There's nothing I love more than a tasty inside put. Well, I say that, but yeah, I love every kind of throw. High release forehand, inside out backhand. No dead backhands. That's the only throw that I'm sort of like, oh, that's not really on my list.
Not on the list.
Not on the list.
Blueberries here, no doubt, looking to nom up the disc on defense and make some more tasty, smooth plays on offense. The pull is about to come up. Hand up indicating readiness to pull, waiting for the response downfield, and the disc is up.
Is it going to stay in? Difficult to see from this angle. I think it is.
Goes over Simmons.
Looking at Grant, looking downfield. Siahano Royal making a good cut.
Oh, nice
covered
movement.
By Cami Leung. Grant. Grant is a dynamic player that we haven't seen necessarily a lot of in previous tournaments. She's reasonably fresh out of schools. Ooh! Donkey
nice
goes to ground to secure that. That went through how many people's hands?
Threading through there, yeah.
Siahano Royal, looking deep.
I love her fakes. Finds the open.
Grant again.
Grant, there we go, yeah.
She's got throws. She's a fun player to watch because she's also an actually really lovely dynamic receiver. Just a bit of execution.
Switching poachiness right now. That Blueberries. I think it's intentional though. Like
that's
lot
really
of
heads
poachiness.
Up. That's really heads up for them doing that. There's a pick call downfield.
So as we mentioned, potential to draw, or there was physical contact drawn when the defender was trying to keep up and play effective defense on offense.
I think maybe what might be contributing to that is just Berry's stack is quite tight. They are quite close together, which does mean if someone is running through there or around there, it makes the chance that a pick will happen higher. That's Leung looking downfield. Oh! Tonki with the D comes right out of the hands of Fowler.
I think the pass could have also been a bit more leading into space. It looks like it was slightly behind. A slicey back.
Laser out the side.
Yeah, right now pick and mix being plagued. Oh, no, to be fair, Blueberries as well by throws to the end zone that are just floating out of bounds. Difficult to reel in.
I liked that cut from Van Dorp, but Berries did recognize what was happening, and there were two people down there. It would have really had to be absolutely pinpoint to get into her hands.
Oh, a massive fake.
Foul called. I believe Connolly just brushing over her arm maybe or her side as she sort of ran through to try and put on a mark.
Just checking with everyone. So when the foul is called, people need to go back to the position they were in before. So great communication, just checking if everyone's on the same page.
Big gainer.
Louis now looking for options. Looking for a big reset.
You swinging across to Leung.
Yeah, nice swinging movement.
Middle, beautiful movement. She's looking downfield. She's got you for backup, and she gets it. Beautiful gainer again. Working really well with Louis. Oh, that's a rolly,
exciting.
slicey.
Yeah.
Slicey forehand. Way too much air under that one.
I think she saw the separation. Louis just recognizing it's really exciting and enticing when you're seeing your receiver with the separation. Here I'm talking about, so I'm not sure who's not marked downfield, but there's just so much separation. Leung was in the open space there. Results in a turnover. So now Leung is going to pick up the disc, and Blueberries have another opportunity to convert this into a point. I love the clean stack they're setting up in the end zone. It looks like we might be having a cut from the front of the stack. Pick and Mix is recognizing this. They're poaching. But yeah,
defense not quite ready. Defense not quite ready.
I think that, yeah,
for what was happening.
In the end zone, they set up a fantastic little open side, break side poach on the isolated player, but yeah, I can't stop. But when there's someone in the handler space, props on Furious Blueberries for also recognizing that poached handler just saying, hi, I have no mark.
Hello. Yeah, I think that perhaps something that might have caught them out could have been that when the disc actually, there's a turnover in the end zone, you have to walk it to the front part of the end zone that's closest to where it is, not where it crossed over the line, which is different to when it goes out the side. So maybe some players with some less experience might have thought that it was coming in closer to the middle of the field where it originally crossed the line, but that's just not how it works for when there's a turnover in the end zone. It is just the point of the zone line that is closest to where the disc is.
So now Furious Blueberries, they've been doing a fantastic job on defense, making those turnovers, contesting every disc. I really like the heads-up awareness. Honestly, what the poachiness that they're throwing is really working well for them, especially with some rogue throws that Pick and Mix has been putting up. Blueberries are, with their poach, in the right position, having a player that's not marking an offensive person, just kind of chasing those down, being in the right place for that. So it's really up to Pick and Mix, I think, to find those openings. They have done a really good job of that in the past, finding those open players and moving the disc to them. So now it's, that's their challenge.
Mason and Horvath looking downfield. Mason now in the handle line. You can see, as I said before, like she is. Oh no!
Wait, oh, she didn't
realize it was for her. Or perhaps it's difficult to say.
Difficult to say. And they do say in Frisbee, if you can catch the disc, whether on offense or defense, you should.
Yes. Yeah. You've got to be aggressive. You've got to think every disc is my disc, even if you're not sure. Indecisiveness is a slow death to undergo in Frisbee.
Yeah.
Decisive on offense and defense.
What a step out.
Oh! And she manages to juggle that.
You know, I love this
I think.
defensive pressure there. Great job to Pick and Mix for stepping that up. But, yeah, hard to stop that beautiful movement. That slicey backhand, I'm such a fan of that pivot. That step out is hard to defend against.
It was a beautiful, beautiful put to the middle, I think.
One more time. Look at how low she got to the ground.
Oh, juggled and secured with a cute little hug from her teammate.
So, again, when you're on the mark there, It's so beneficial getting so low to the ground. Here's the swing. And it's difficult to stop that. The farther out you are throwing on offense and the closer to the ground, again, it's really difficult to get your hand down there to block that throw. So really great connection. Also, under pressure, catch under pressure, and a good point for Furious Blueberries. They're slowly eking closer. I think that this half has been unanswered. At
the moment, yep. That is how it's looking. I think Blueberries, perhaps their halftime strats talk with their coach, Awal Singh, have equipped them to really put the thumb screws down on pick and mix. It's tough when you are a team who don't really 100% know how each other plays. You don't know each other's party tricks that well. To then try and pull off something unexpected or unpredictable against a team like Berries, who know that this is the easy option, so obviously this is what we're going to shut down. And Candy with the disc looking deep. Tonki's going. I would have thought about it.
Oh, nice
Connolly going up the line.
cut.
That's nice. Surely. Yes,
Connolly
she sends it. Another
it.
laser. She just needs a bit more touch on those discs to keep them in for receivers.
Or understanding sometimes if you have that powerful throw as well, giving the receiver a few extra seconds to allow them to set up in position to be able to reel that in.
Take a pause.
Nice looks, but yeah, as we're saying, not surprising to see those slight miscomms when you don't know how fast your receivers are or where they're setting up in space, and you're trying to keep the flow going. Yeah, it is more likely to lead to errors.
Gibson with the disc, walking up to the cone. And that's Adams on the mark. Grant.
Oh, Lee takes to the ground to reel that in. She fakes the deep look.
Grant on the mark.
Great
looking to put pressure on.
Undercut. Oh, I'm a fan of that.
Didn't see it.
No.
Too busy looking at her engaging for a reset. Folder looking downfield. Oh, yeah, that's not. Oh!
And there's
just
a
out the side.
foul on the throw. I think I heard that as well. Yeah.
Uncontested from Connolly.
And just jumping off of what Beck was saying there, when you do engage with your reset, generally in Ultimate, regardless of any other cuts that are happening, it's important to be heads up and aware if there's other open cuts. But nonetheless, when you engage with your reset, when I started playing Ultimate, we called it dump eyes. You're engaging with your dump, engaging with your reset. You've got little emoji heart eyes, and you only have eyes for them because sometimes it can take a minute, maybe not a minute, maybe a second or two for a handler to get open. So, I mean, props for recognizing that and sticking with that option. The disc goes up for undercuts.
Same place.
Brittany Kalk with the disc.
Swinging middle. Oh, nice.
Nice slicey
backhand.
backhand.
Just too much juice on that. There is a little bit of a crosswind pushing the discs further over to the top end of your screen. Grant picks up early. She wants to get going. Horvath looking. She sends it. Big cannon.
Adams deep.
This is a difficult read.
Place.
This is a difficult read.
It fades.
It really sat for quite a while. Gibson under the disc, putting a lot of pressure there. May not be the tallest on field, but definitely one of the wiliest. She's engaged her. Yeah, there we go.
Looks a break, and we've got deep options. Not much happening under.
She's desperate for something to come.
Nice reset to Gibson, who launches it, and a great
Beautiful.
take.
Oh, this is going to be a little bit contested. Tonki right on her tail, putting enough pressure on, so there's a turnover.
Tough for Brittany in that situation. Yeah, to take to the skies and reel it in. It was a bit too floaty. Pick and mix now with the disc. Candy resetting.
Connolly. Candy looked off. Connolly putting one up. That's actually into contested space. But like that one had some love on it. That one was catchable for sure.
Yeah.
Unlike a few of the earlier ones so far, but it's tough when Berry's defense is so suffocating at the moment. They've really got the number of, these are the throwers we need to look out for, and these are the throwers that we know want to send it deep.
I think that was tough for Tonki. It looked like Clements was in a position.
Gibson calling a timeout.
Yeah. It looked like Clements was in a position. Just want to talk about that offensive play there. She was in a position, she was facing the disc, and it's much easier to catch the disc when you're running onto it when you're facing it as opposed to coming into it sideways. So we'll see that one more time, seeing the options develop. And Tonki, she's sideways running.
This is an earlier one, I think. Yep, that was the early slice.
Barry's looking.
This is the one out the sideline where there was a foul. Uncontested foul. This is, again,
Nice
Beautiful
slicey
decision.
backhands. Goes too far for Lee. And I love this.
Yes.
Adam, she's such a strong, deep receiver, but it's a tough read to just hanging and
Coming
floating down.
directly down from over top.
Oh, we're just here for the replays. We're experiencing it all with you
Here
guys.
we go. This is
This is what I was looking for. So Tonki coming in sideways as opposed to Clemens was just behind her. It
Yeah.
would have been a slightly easier catch for her. But, you know, props to Tonki for attacking the disc there.
Yep.
And
knowing that just if that disc is up, you should be trying to get it.
you should be.
really should.
Yep. So here we're seeing they're standing in the shade, of course, indicative of the sun. It's heating up, you know, not only on the Frisbee field, but also, you know, with the temperature everywhere. Yeah, so right now in this timeout, talking about how they're going to be coming out on defense. Meanwhile, furious Blueberries on offense. And also a shout out to us. We're lucky to have the shade, and we're lucky to be supported by ULTI.TV for this live stream. And if you want to continue to support high quality streaming that's free and available for you guys to watch as fans, as viewers, head over to their patreon.com and chuck some spare change, maybe a little bit more spare change, more than that if you've got some extra bills in your back pocket. It's much appreciated and allows us to keep bringing you the highest quality ultimate and streaming that we can. Timeout is broken and the players take the field. How does this work after a timeout? How do they set up, Beck?
Offense is allowed to set first. They then have to signal, as they have just done, to the defense that they are ready. And then defense is allowed to set up wherever they would like. So perhaps you, at the moment we can see a vertical stack down the middle of the field from Berries with one lone offense player, I believe it's Lee, just in that open side space, or they might assume would have been open side space. It looks like a fairly flat mark though.
I love her juke to the undercut.
Oh, is it going to be cleaned? Yeah, so close. Oh, she tried her best. It was definitely not the intended receiver, but she tried to clean that up. Grant picking up now, looking downfield. She wants someone.
And it's looking for Adams. Great cover by the mark though. And you might be able to hear from our microphones, the wind is gusty wind is picking up a little bit right now.
Oh, to Candy. She's got zone eyes. Conley making a handler cut. Oh, that's nice! Oh, Claire Gibson tried to poach off to get involved. Not quite enough. And the pass goes to Horvat.
Yeah,
amazing.
Great catch. Great point, much needed. Really exciting to see them coming back, putting a point on the board here in the second half, saying, hey, you know, you guys might be playing a fantastic game, Furious Blueberries, but this isn't over. You know, like we're still hammering in the end zone and looking for those options.
And a team like Pick and Mix, you've got such a range of throwers and receivers downfield. I know I was talking to Gemma Grant earlier before the game, and she was saying that she and this team has been playing more downfield. But I think in this game we've seen her play a lot in the handle line. And honestly, she's one of the safest pair of hands that we've seen there so far today. And I'd like to see her there a little bit more. And you've seen players like Mason dipping in and out of the handle line, going where she pleases, like the like the cat of the lady she is. And honestly, having that dynamic ability to move people in and out of the handle line makes it much harder for the defense to really predict what you're going to do. And it should make it easier as well for your other offensive players.
I like to call them multi-tools as players. Pippa Mason is a great example where she has like the file. She's got the knife, the Swiss Army knife. The disc sails out of bounds just over the top of the commentary tent.
Yeah, just a pull from Vendor. Just going a little bit wayward. As the wind is picking up, it is starting to make things a bit more difficult.
And players indicating there where it should be going back on the fields. Just showing. Nice to have that communication from the sidelines. Timmy Lung with the disc.
Akazono on the mark. Oh, just out of the hands. Oh, Mason already wanting to go deep. She's got a nose for the zone.
Shaw picking
up.
Swing.
Nice. It's up. Van Dorp keeping that disc alive, moving it to the sideline. Nakazono again.
She's looking for options. Nice inside.
Who's
it going to?
Yes. Mason says it's not for me, but I'll take it.
Xiao with the disc, faking options.
Van Dorp. Suhane Royals right there. Tess.
Nice
Sends it beautiful.
movement right now from pick and mixes. They're just easily finding the open players. They're making that distance between the defenders, getting open.
Peck bailing out her handler. So again, Sihane Royal making a cut. Oh, there's a lot of juice on it. Reeled in. Oh, she wants it deep.
An inside throw.
Peck! Oh! And do they both catch it at the same time?
When players do catch the disc at the same time, it automatically goes to the offense. So right now the question is not did they catch it at the same time, but did defense catch it first? Or was it a strip? What happened here? Cutting back to the conversation. Again, it's up to the players on the field to determine what they think happened.
Strip is the call. I believe it looks like it's uncontested. She's keeping the disc. And disc goes in. Here we go.
Looking for
and
options.
Looks at Mason. Mason says, thank you very much.
Thank you very much. And I love that breakthrough. There's a bit of a blade on it, but that can be so beneficial in the end zone when you're dropping it onto a player. You know, when it's flat, the disc tends to float a little bit more, which can be so nice to run onto as a receiver. But Pippa Mawson, it just needs to take a few steps to the break side. Again, so difficult to challenge on defense. The disc goes up one more time, and she's cleaning things up there. And one more time, the potential strip.
Ooh.
But the blade on it, just dropping it.
Yeah.
The dime right where it needs to be.
You'll watch, when we do see the replay where Pippa gets it, you'll see her start to cut open side to pull her defense that way to create more space for Peck to throw into. Oh, well, maybe you won't on this angle. But definitely from the commentary booth, we saw it. Pippa, good work.
Pippa, good work, yeah. And great work on defense, too. Despite the disc being on the break side, you're not in position to contest that as much as you are on the open side, but still running through and putting pressure on the catch.
And so that's a break from Pick and Mix. 2 points on the trot.
That is really exciting. And that's what they need to be doing, you know?
Absolutely. If they want to get back in this game, they're really going to have to grind. And it is hard, particularly when you are down by quite a few points, to decide, you know what, it is possible. There's a heap of turnovers. If we clean up some of ours, we can get back in the game.
And mental resilience, too.
A little bit of a miscom there, both you and Leong sort of saying, you can have this one.
When you're down by so much, coming back and scoring those points, you know, they're a newer team playing together.
Ooh, nice. Going to ground to keep it up.
And I talked to Chirong before this. She talked about...
No! Just out of her hands. She definitely got hands to it, but it just came off the fingertips, I think. Connolly's looking deep already.
Connolly engaging options.
Candy snags it one-handed, moves it to Horvat. She wants
looks
it.
at options, finds Adams deep.
Nice. Tonki's going deep. Oh, big fake. Candy. Oh, she floats it forward. That's three. That's three on the trot.
That's three on the trot for pick and mix. And that's exactly what I was saying about those flat throws into space. Just throwing it into space is such a beautiful gift as a receiver to be able to run onto that, just accelerate into a clean catch. Let's see it one more time here. Such a nice connection with Adams downfield. Adams is looking for options.
Big fake. It means that she's got so much space.
I love that. I love that connection. Furious Blueberries, they still have a healthy lead, a really healthy lead. At the same time, they need to, I think, step up the defense a little bit more. They were getting... I don't want to say getting lucky, but the focus was more, I think, on executional error for pick and mix throughout most of the game. Now that pick and mix is really stepping it up, reducing the errors and the turnovers that they're throwing, Furious Blueberries, I think, need to respond in like kind on defense, you know? Make sure they're not letting up on the gas pedal and you know, keep that furious energy coming into the tail end of the game.
Yeah. It may feel counterintuitive to some people, but playing harder is often more efficient. It means you use less energy overall. And in a tournament like this, it's a 3-day tournament. You need to put the work down so that way you can score efficiently. Your team will play less points overall, and that way you'll all be in good condition for the last day of the tournament, which is where the real crunch games are. Looking downfield, she's finding it hard to find a receiver.
Not a lot of options
over the
available.
Top. Oh, what a grab!
Great positioning.
Taking a peek. Looking downfield. She's inside.
Inside, finding Lee again. Lee is a pivotal player right
beautiful.
now. Great
There
point
we
by
go.
Fierce
And a clean
Blueberries.
hold.
What was I just saying? Like they responded. They put out there exactly what I was looking for. You know, they need to step it up a bit and showing us that it's hard to play effective defense on such flawless offense like that.
Yep, their inside throws make them, you know, any kind of break throws always make defense's life really difficult. Possibly controversial take, break throws are the most important skill in Ultimate.
I'd say throwing and catching.
I mean, yeah, well, look, right. All right, we're assuming you've got the basics. But, you know, at high-level Ultimate, if you can consistently get it to the break side, regardless of what the defense is doing, you're making your downfield job so much easier on offense.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, getting blocks too, very important. You know, but break throws just very, yeah. You just want to make you know, you want to live a little luxury life with your team. Make them you know, a nice island vacation.
Yeah, make it easier for them. So again, the break side, the idea is instead of playing just a straight up mark, which can be really difficult to throw around, if you instead cut off half the field and stop the thrower from throwing to that half the field, downfield defense only has to play half the field of defense downfield as well. It makes life so much easier for the defenders. But again, as Bex is saying, if you can break that mark, if you can get it to that side of the field, yeah, the cutters downfield are on their little island vacation. Don't need to work as hard to get open for you.
Mason with the disc, looking back for Simmons. Looking downfield.
And
Mason Freegan. Oh, nice one-handed grab.
Poachy's zone, because there's two people around the disc. The wall is pretty far back. It looks like they're really pressuring a lot of the continuation throws.
Simmons again.
One on the mark,
nice
one on the reset.
buttery one over the top. Packs under it. She's tall. Doesn't matter, though. Positioning is king when it comes to Ultimate.
You might say queen.
Oh, yeah.
Giving Blueberries another chance on offense. Some dancing in the handler space.
Oh,
Lee
that's
gets
fast.
open downfield.
That's really fast.
Oh, it's good, and it's clean, and that's a point. Great catch by Zhang in the end zone. Love to see that connection. It looked like it was a continuation throw to Lee. Lee was dancing a little bit back and then goes for the strike cut. Can't tell if it was a
intended receiver or not. Don't know, but a point nonetheless.
Yeah, and again, great example of the importance of backing up your teammates, something that Furious Blueberries have been doing so well throughout the course of this match.
It could be that she was seeing past the cutter while the cutter was like, this is the free space, you know, like.
Or when you're running onto it there, as Lee was. And we've talked a lot about if you can catch the disc, then you can catch it. I think Lee could have had a bid, but when she was running onto it, she had the vision to see that Zhang was in that space and could receive it. Again, as I've mentioned before, when you're facing the disc and it's coming to you, as opposed to trying to grab it sideways or running onto it, it's so much easier to be facing it and receiving it in your breadbasket, which is what Zhang did so well there.
And she had the trust knowing that her teammate was going to secure that disc.
Trust.
Because, ooh.
That family. That was Fast and Furious Blueberries.
Fast and Furious family. It's fated to be. Here we go, big pull. There's a lot of ziff on it. Is it staying in? No, that one's out the side. Interesting to see whether they will brick it or whether they'll take it from where it went out.
Yeah, it looks like potentially around halfway.
About halfway, yeah. It looks like someone next to the scoreboard is signaling that it's basically right there.
Yeah, right. Looks like Horvath will be taking those extra meters. So if she were to brick it, she'd be taking it back, but to the middle of the field. Here she gets to push forward. She's taking it on the sideline, which can be a bit more challenging. No doubt with a player with the experience and tenure that she has, she'll be looking at centering it right away. Again, it's harder to play when you're on the sideline, but yeah, you get those extra meters.
That's nice. Escarlin securing that. Sue's right there. Moving back to Connolly. Disc is in the middle. Horvath's there as well. It's a sagging. Oh, all right.
Wow.
Oh, that's nice. That's nice.
Oh,
that was
so good.
That was great vision.
We saw Horvath pick it up on the sideline, cross-launching, beautiful around throw downfield. We saw some dishes and resets, and then another beautiful cross-field throw. I want to dance with those throws. I want to ballroom dance with the beautiful flowing ball gown that it was just soaring across the fields. I love that. It
was gorgeous. And the fact that Pick and Mix are really starting to feel confident using all of the field, that's making it really hard for Berry's defense. I'd like to see more of that, and loving Connolly's confidence in this half and loving her execution as well. It's starting to look crisp.
Crisp, yeah, I like that. Maybe crisp, like the temperatures down in ULTI.TV Christchurch right now. Stoked after Div 2 last weekend to be up here where it's warmer, prettier, less of the crisp temperatures and more of the crisp throws.
Yeah. Upper Hutt notorious for being at least a couple of degrees warmer than Wellington Central. We do love playing out here at these fields. They're just a bit more sheltered, a bit warmer. And obviously big enough to host all of the teams that are here for both the Opens and the Women's Division.
Adams rips the disc downfield with the pull.
Nice. Bit past the brick mark. Leong picking up, looking middle straight away. Nice.
Nice options available.
Are we matched downfield? Oh, back close.
Like it looks like they're running a pearl of sorts, where
But who is the pearl?
Tierney, I think Tierney, number 5 there is the pearl. Finding Leong again. A lot
Leong
of
going
give
to the
movement.
races. Tierney, yes, you're
Yeah.
right. That's exactly the play. She's
So
looking to centre. Apparently Young just having,
Yeah.
they were having the time of their lives.
They were. Speaking of waltzing together, that was happening. We're hearing the home call. I'm wondering, we saw a bit of force middle. Maybe that's still happening right now. And what is
just overthrown. There's the wind is coming from the front side of your screen to the top side of your screen. So that wind really just pushing the disc possibly a little bit further than they expected or wanted. Centered.
Yeah, to Leong.
Looking, huge gainer. Who's playing defense?
And good recognition from defense there, who was on the mark and then backed up to cover the potential person who would be scoring the
front
point.
cone. She's looking for it. Oh,
calling the foul. Yeah, it looks like foul, no contest. Great comms on the field.
just a bit of tangled some limbs. Surely someone's going to cut break for a cut open. She misses the open side cut.
Tierney giving.
This is another one. Oh, triple court, I believe.
Juicy options in the end zone. Berries are just waiting for it to open up. Louis.
You can see, Mason's going to get amongst that and say absolutely not.
It's it for Mason, exactly. And now we have pick and mix with another option on offense. Looks like Adams. She's been downfield for most of the game. She'll be picking up the disc marked by Leong. And as I expect, we'll be seeing a bit more of the force middle. No, that's force sideline. Force sideline. I'll eat those words.
Sends a big one though. Tonki's going to get under it.
Great positioning from Tierney.
Really made her go up early for it.
Yeah, just pressuring that. I think it could have been a catch, but again, even though defense, I'm not sure if she had a touch on that or not, but sometimes even just being in the space in the back of the mind of the receiver, that can be enough to just stop a connection from happening.
Oh, break through the front of stack. She's looking for a handler. Leong says, "Don't worry, I've got your back." Inside break again.
Insides all day.
Same pass. Do it again.
Nice movement.
Leong's looking. Will she oblige? Oh, a rolly forehand into traffic. Oh, juggles it, catches it,
Tierney.
and that's a point. And that's the game.
That is game. Furious Blueberries up 15 over the 7 points to pick and mix. But what a second half that was.
That was massive. I'm really impressed with the way pick and mix picked it up in that second half. Went on that little point run. And just really started refining some of their connections. Some of their downfielders moving into handler positions. It's crazy how flexible a lot of their players have been across the course of this game. So absolute props to them for mixing things up with Pick and Mix and putting a lot of different options in front of Berries to try and see what worked. And kudos to Berries for just saying, you know what, that's fine, we'll deal with those different options and putting the game away.
Putting the game away. Thank you for joining us today for this game. Stay tuned for more of the 3-day tournament we have ahead of us. This is the 2024 New Zealand Ultimate Championships. Until the next one, my name is Kelsey Bielik.
And I'm Beck Soper. Mā te wā.
Yeah.
Always on the move? You can keep up to date with ULTI.TV on all of our social media channels. Like, follow, subscribe, share us with a friend, or send us a message just to say hey. Thank you for supporting us in our mission to grow Ultimate everywhere.
ULTI.TV.
What's up, Bucky?